Then our next topic is mod. Okay, min, median, and third is mod. Mod is very easy as compared to min and median, right? Now for mod, we have three types of data. Which one? Ungrouped data, discrete frequency distribution, and continuous frequency distribution. Okay, if we have ungrouped data, then how can we find the mod? Mod means what? Most occurring number. Okay, most occurring number. That means if some number is repeat more times, okay, let's suppose if we have data 1, 2, 3, 2, 5, 2, 6, 3, 5, 2. So here, if we think about the 2, then 2 is repeat 4 times, right? 2 is repeating 4 times here. Okay, so our mod is 4, most occurring digit, that means most number of repetition. Okay, so here 2 is repeating 4 times, so our mod is 4. This is ungrouped data. Okay, so simply without any calculation we can find the mod. Okay, for ungrouped data. Now if we have discrete frequency distribution, then a number which have highest frequency, it is called mod. Why highest frequency? Because frequency means what? Number of repetition, right? That means if we have some data x and f, 5, 6, 7, here frequency 13, 21, 5. Okay, now frequency means what? 6 is repeating 21 times. Okay, this is the simplest data. 6 is repeating 21 times. It means 6 is most occurring digit. So directly we can find the value of mod, highest frequency. And one more thing here we need to take a note of it. Here highest frequency is 21, but 21 is not our answer. Okay, highest frequency 21, but 21 is not our answer. Our answer is 6. Okay, because 6 is repeating 21 times. Okay, most occurring digit is 6. Okay, that's why 6 is our answer. That means our answer of mod, it is of in the column of x. Okay, here what is the meaning of this data? 6 is 21 times in the data. That means 6 is most occurring digit, because 5 is repeating 13 times, 7 is repeating 5 times only. So 6 is most occurring data observation. That's why our mod is 6. But here some student do the mistake. They are writing 21. 21 is the highest frequency, but it is not observation. Okay, it is the number of time of repetition, but itself it is not an observation. Okay, our answer is 6 here. So just take a note of it. Okay, next type is for continuous frequency distribution. Right? Now for continuous frequency distribution, first of all we need to find model class. Okay, first of all we need to find model class. So model class, how can we find? A class which have maximum frequency, it is model class. Okay, one table is given to you in the question. Okay, let's suppose here if we have 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25, and if we have frequency of 5, 10, 13, 12. Okay, then what is our middle class? Sorry, model class. First of all, we need to check highest frequency. Highest frequency is 30. So this is your model class, 15 to 20. Okay, 15 to 20, it is your model class. Okay, so model class, a class which have maximum frequency, it is our model class. Right? After that, what is the formula of mod? Mod M0 is L plus Fm minus F1 divided by 2Fm minus F1 minus F2. In standard that we already learned this formula. In that we are using F0, F1 and F2. Right? But here we have Fm, F1 and F2. Okay? And multiply C. In standard time we are using H. Here we need to use C. Okay, C and H both are 7. In standard time, same formula we already done, but here F0 and F1 is there, right? F1 minus F0, 2F1 minus F0 minus F2. Okay, but here we have Fm. For maximum frequency, Fm. M represents maximum frequency. Okay? So, this is highest frequency, this is our Fm. Okay, above it we have F1 and below it we have F2. So, this is our Fm, highest frequency. This is F1, this is F2. We need to put this value here. M0 is equal to L plus Fm minus F1 divided by 2Fm minus F1 minus F2 multiplied by C. Okay, then this L means what? This is your model class and lower limit of model class 15. This is your L. Okay, lower limit of model class. Lower limit of model class. FM means what? Frequency of the model class. That means your highest frequency, maximum frequency. Okay, 13. Then F1, frequency of the class prior year to model class. Frequency of the class prior year to model class. That means above frequency. Okay, this upper frequency is called F1. And F2 means what? Frequency of the class succeeding. That means next. This is 12. Okay, succeeding means below frequency. It is your F2. And C, it is your class length. That means class length of your model class. So here, how can we find the class length? I already written one formula in first video, right? 20 minus 15. That means upper limit minus lower limit. It is our class length. 20 minus 15, 5. So for this case, our class length C is equal to 5. Okay, one more thing. Model class and median class. Okay, in median we learn about median class. And here we have model class. Okay. Now for median class, formula is n by 2th observation. Okay. And model class, a class which have highest frequency. If we find the answer of median, then our answer is always lies in the model class. Okay. If we find the answer of median, then our answer of median it is always lies between the median class. That means upper limit and lower limit. Same way in mod even, if we find the mod, then our answer of mod it is always lies in the model class. That means here our model class is 15 to 20. So definitely our answer of mod which is lies between 15 to 20. Okay, it cannot be more than 20. It cannot be less than 15. It lies in between 15 to 20. Okay, for median and mod both the case. Okay, our answer is always lies in the for median class and for model class. Okay, in median even if our median class is 10 to 15, then answer of median cannot be more than 15 and cannot be less than 10. It lies between 10 to 15. Okay. Then we have one graphical method for finding out the mode. Okay. We have one graphical method for finding out the mode. Okay, so first of all, we have the class, okay, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, so we need to represent it here. Okay, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 25. Okay, here we need to write the answer of our frequency. Okay. So, first of all, we need to draw the graph with respect to, that means class versus frequency. Okay, here 5 to 10, if we have frequency 5, here frequency 10, here 13, 12, whatever. Okay, first of all, we need to draw this graph. Then, for the highest frequency, we need to use this column, that means highest height. Okay, we just need to find the column which have highest height. Okay, maximum height. So this column have maximum height. Okay, so here how can we find the answer of mode? Okay, again I repeat this. First of all, what you need to find? A beam width, a rectangle with highest height, otherwise highest frequency. Okay, so this column have the highest height. Okay, now what we need to do? We need to join this corner to this corner. Okay, means next corner, here to here and here to here. Okay, we need to join this corner to this corner, this corner to this corner, and the intersection point of these two lines, it is your answer of mod. You need to extend this point on the x-axis, you will get your answer of mod. That's why I am saying that answer always lies between the model class, because this is your model class, because this class have highest frequency. Okay, this is F1, FM and F2. Highest frequency FM, before that F1, after that F2. Okay, we need to join this corner to this corner, this corner to this corner. First of all, we need to find the highest height of the column, that is here, that means highest frequency. We need to join this 2 point, intersection point, it is the answer of mod. Okay, so in graphical, we can also use the graphical method for finding out the mod. Okay, then empirical formula for mod. We have one more formula for finding out the mod from mean and median. Okay, mod is equals to 3 times median minus 2 times mean. Okay, mod is equals to 3 times median minus 2 times mean. This is the empirical formula for mod. That means if you have two value from mean, median and mod, you can find the third value by using this formula. Okay, out of this 3 central tendency, if you know two value, then you can find the third value by using this formula. Okay, mod is equals to 3 times median minus 2 times mean. Now, if we think about the formula for mod that we already learned for the continuous frequency distribution and ungrouped data and discontinuous frequency distribution, right? But there is some problem, there is some limitation for the use of that formula. We have such condition in that we cannot use that formula. That means that the formula L plus Fm minus F1 divided by 2 Fm minus F1 minus F2 into C for continuous and for discrete and ungrouped data, observation which have maximum frequency, right? That formula we cannot use in such this condition. Now what is the condition? Let's see it. First condition is each observation appears just once in a raw data. Each observation appears just once in a raw data. That means in ungrouped data, if we have some observation and if any observation is not repeating twice, that means all the observation are only one time we have, then how can we find the mod? Mod means what? A number which have maximum times repeating, okay? That means most occurring digit. But if we have all the numbers only one time, then how can we find the most occurring number? In such condition, we cannot find the mod, right? In such condition, we cannot find the value of mod. That means all the numbers if we have only one time, so how we can find? Okay, so in such condition, we cannot find the mod. Second condition, more than one observation in a frequency distribution appears with highest frequency. Okay, more than one observation in a frequency distribution appears with highest frequency. Okay, for discontinuous and for continuous, we just need to find a number which have highest frequency, right? But if more than one number have the same highest frequency, so how can we know about the answer of mod? Let's suppose if we have here x and f5 15 times, 10 it is also 15 times, and 7 it is 12 times. This is the simplest data. I take only 3 value here. Now think about this value. 5 is 15 times, 7 is 10 is 15 times. So both this number have the highest frequency 15 15. Okay, so what is the answer of mod? In this condition even we cannot find the mod by using that formula. Okay, if we have more than one number which have same highest frequency in such condition, we cannot find the value of mod. Okay, third condition, the continuous distribution has classes of unequal length. That means in frequency distribution, continuous frequency distribution, If all the class do not have same class length, at that time we cannot use that formula. Okay, if all the class have different class length, that means if one class have 5 to 10, class length 5, then 10 to 20, class length 10, 20 to 40, class length 20. So here we have different class length. In such condition, we cannot find the mode by using that formula. Okay, so here even we cannot find the mode. Next, the frequency distribution is a mixed frequency distribution. That means what? Means some data are in the form of discrete frequency distribution and some data are in the form of continuous frequency distribution. That means here 5, 10, then 15 to 20, 20 to 30. This is mixed frequency distribution. That means these two numbers are discontinuous and these two are classes. It is continuous frequency distribution. So in this condition even we cannot find the value of mode by using that formula. Okay, the right or left end of the curve of the frequency distribution is too extended. Sometimes what happens, if we have 5 to 10, 10 to 20, if in first class we have highest frequency, that means here 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20. Here we have frequency 20, 10, 3. So here our highest frequency is 20, right? Highest frequency is 20. This is our F1, FM. But what is the value of FM? Okay, so in this condition we can, here FM is 20, but what is the value of F1? We cannot find the F1 here. And sometimes what happens, in continuous frequency distribution, sometimes it is given 5 to 10, 10 to 15, and here it is written more than 15. Okay, more than 15. 5 to 10, 10 to 15, and at last it is given more than 15. And here we have some frequency 20, 30 and 40. Now highest frequency is 40, but how can we find the model class? It is more than 15. Okay, so there is no limit for more than. More than it goes to the infinite, right? So 15 to infinite. So we cannot consider as a model class. So in such condition, we cannot find the value of mode. That means highest frequency, either it is in the first position, otherwise last position. In such cases, we face this problem. So we cannot find the mode by using our formula. So all this condition, in all this condition, we cannot find the value of mode by using the formula of mode. At that time, we need to find the value of mode by using empirical relation. Okay, in this condition we cannot find the value of mode. So in such condition we need to find the mode by using this formula, 3 times median minus 2 times mean, because in such condition we can find the value of median and mean. Okay, so first of all we need to find the median and mean. After that we need to use this relation and we can find the value of mode. Okay, so in such condition we need to use this formula for finding out the mode. In this condition we cannot use direct formula for mode, we need to use this formula. Okay, then sometimes what happens in model class, if class length is not same and if you want to draw the graph, okay, if class length is not same and if you want to draw the graph, so we need to change our frequency according to the class. Okay, if class length is not same and if you want to use the graphical method for finding out the mode, so we need to use this formula, means proponent frequency of each class. That means we need to change the frequency. So proponent frequency of each class is equals to class frequency divided by class length multiplied minimum class length. This formula we need to apply in all the class. Okay, in all the class we need to change the frequency. Now let's suppose if you change the frequency for 5 to 10, so for 5 to 10 you need to use this formula, class frequency it is 20, class length it is 5 and minimum class length, then minimum class length you need to find from your equation, that means your data. Okay, these things I will explain you directly in the exercise. Right now maybe you cannot understand how we can use this formula. Okay, this is the proponent frequency of each class. But just remember this formula. class frequency divided by class length multiply minimum class length. Okay, I will explain you later on. Two more things that we need to understand here. Exclusive class and inclusive class. Maybe these things you already learned in standard 9 and 10. What is the exclusive class and inclusive class? These are the two types of class. Okay, 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 5, 15 to 20. This is exclusive class. Okay, this is exclusive class because here this two value are same. Here even this two value are same. Here even this two value are same. Right? Here 0 to 5 and at 5 and start with the 5. And at 10 start with the 10. And with 15 start with the 15. So this two value are same. It is called exclusive class. Why it is called exclusive class? Because if in observation 5 is there, okay, if in observation 5 is there, so it is not considered in this class, but it is exclude that value and we need to consider 5 in 5 to 10. What I want to say that if you have ungrouped data and if you want and if you make it continuous frequency distribution, right? So in all the data, first of all you need to write this class. Okay, now in class, if in observation, let's suppose 10 is there, so 10 when we need to consider here 5 to 10, otherwise in 10 to 15. So here we do not need to consider it. Okay, here we do not need to consider 10. 10 is considered into 10 to 15. So for this class, 10 is excluded. That's why it is exclusive class. Okay, exclude the value. That means here we do not need to consider, but in lower class we need to consider it. That means if in observation 5 is there, so 5 we need to consider here. If in observation 10 is there, here we do not need to consider it. Here we need to consider it. If 15 is there, then here we do not need to consider it. We need to consider 15 here. Okay, in lower class. But if we have inclusive class 0 to 4, 5 to 9, 10 to 14, 15 to 19. So here we do not have any problem. Here we have 4, here we have 5. Okay, so if 4 is there, we need to consider here. If 5 is there, we need to consider here. Here we do not have that problem. Okay, in exclusive class we have that problem. Here we have 5. But here we have different value, so there is no any problem. So if 4 is there, so we can include it. That's why it is inclusive class. Okay, if here 9 is there, so we can include it. That's why it is inclusive class. Okay, now in median and mode. In median and mode, first of all, what we need to find? For the median, we need to find median class, and for the mode, we need to find model class. But just remember that one thing, that both the class, median class or model class, it is in the form of exclusive class. Okay, that is the requirement. It needs to be have in the form of exclusive class. If it is in the inclusive class, at that time you need to convert inclusive class into exclusive class. Okay, your model class and median class both needs to be have in the form of exclusive class. If it is in the form of inclusive class, you need to convert it into the exclusive class. Now how you can convert it? Okay, this is the conversion method. How you can convert inclusive class into exclusive class. So for exclusive class, now this is your lower limit, this is your upper limit, right? This is lower limit, this is upper limit. So how can you find the upper limit? So upper limit means your upper value of inclusive class. Now let's think about the 5 to 9. Okay, so here our upper value is 9. Okay, 9 plus d by 2. Okay, in upper limit we need to add d by 2. Now d means difference. Now how can we find the difference? Then difference, that means difference of this two value. Here both are same. Here we have different value, so difference means 10 minus 9. Okay, we need to subtract this two number. That means either we can subtract this 5 minus 4, otherwise 10 minus 9, otherwise 15 minus 14, we get the same answer. So here our difference is equal to 1. Okay, now if we want to convert this 5 to 9 into exclusive class, then upper limit UL is equal to this 9 upper value plus d by 2. D is 1, so 1 by 2, 0.5, so 9.5. Okay. Now how can you find the lower limit? Lower value minus d by 2. So lower limit, lower value is 5. 5 minus 0.5, 4.5. So in this way you can convert inclusive class into exclusive class. If you apply this formula in all the classes, then it is converted into minus 0.5 to 4.5, 4.5 to 9.5, 9.5 to 10.5. Okay, so here now this becomes exclusive class because here is 4.5, here 9.57. So this is the conversion of inclusive class into exclusive class. Whenever we solve this sum, at that time you better understand this. Right now maybe you cannot understand it, but in sum I will explain you and you can easily understand it directly in the question. Okay, that means in this formula we need to apply in all the classes. After that we can convert our inclusive class into exclusive class. Because in median and mod we want exclusive class, that's why we need to apply this thing. Okay, so in median and mod we just want our model class and median class is in the form of exclusive class. Okay, if we have some difference here, then difference we need to divide it by 2. If you subtract from here and if you add from here, right, so that difference is covered. Okay, half difference you need to subtract here, half difference you need to add here. Okay, in between these two number we have difference 1. If you add here half distance and if you subtract here half distance, so both can be equal, right? Here we have 9, here we have 10. If we want to equivalent these two value, then what we need to do? Difference is 0.5. So 9 plus 0.5 and 10 minus 0.5. So you will get the same value. That's why we do these things here. 9 plus d by 2 and 10 minus d by 2. Okay. दो लोग दूर दूर है आमने सामने, अब दोनों को मिलना है तो क्या करेंगे? एक दूसरे के नजदीक जाएंगे. ये वो आगे चलेगा, मतलब ये जो है वो लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में जाएगा, ये जो है वो राइट हैंड साइड में जाएगा. ओके, मतलब दोनों को थोड़ा थोड़ा चलना पड़ेगा तब जाके वो मिल पाएंगे. तो यहाँ पे इनको जाना है इस डायरेक्शन में पॉजिटिव में, इनको जाना है नेगेटिव में. तो क्या करेंगे? दोनों वैल्यूज को हम जोड़ पाएंगे, एक कर पाएंगे, राइट? So students, here our theory part is complete. If you have any doubt in this theory, you can write in comment section. I will give you the answer. Thank you.